What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Poker Market Lab. I thought it would be interesting today to come look at one of the more recent specialty sets, Paldean Fates, and I truly believe that this is probably one of the most underappreciated specialty sets we've ever seen, and I think the market is starting to realize that. Let's look at sealed prices right now. In the last 3 months, this has had a very nice gain of about 20% here. We're seeing some really decent sell-through rates here. You can look at this chart and you can see that sell volume has actually started to increase recently. And we're down to only 27 listings on TCG Player, under 200 available. So I think the market has finally started to realize the power of the cards in this set. And we'll kind of go into those individual cards here pretty soon. So let's go on and look at a 1-year timeline. So this came out January of this year. So we haven't even seen this hit 1 year yet. And look at the sell-through rate on this. We saw really good, actually, during release, fantastic numbers here. Almost 5,000 pieces sold. And again, that market depth on TCG Player, it's starting to dry up here, which is going to beg the question later on in this video as to whether we think a reprint is coming for this set at some point. But as of right now, boxes looking really, really good. Starting to see some decent appreciation here, and things are looking great. Let's take a look at the total value of the cards in this set. I was really actually shocked to see this. So total cards in set, comparatively to 151, we have $916 of value in total in all the cards in the set. And 151 was at 1,100 to be exact. And I was really shocked to see Paldean Fates that high up this chart here. The total value is actually higher than Crown Zenith. So again, very shocking here, but you're going to see why that is when we start looking at the individual cards here. So you can see, I mean, just look at some of these top cards here. You got your Mew, your Charizard, Gardevoir, your baby shiny Pikachu. Fantastic values here. Not as spread out as some recent regular sets here. It's definitely more concentrated into fewer cards. But these baby shinies having some value, and obviously being easier to pull than the SIRs, really helps when you're opening. This is a fun product to open. Absolutely fun product to open. Those baby shinies they're awesome. They're nostalgic. I love that, you get the texturing in that hollow area. Looking really, really good. Beautiful cards, great set to open, very fun. Pull rates are kind of spread out. That art is kind of spread out where you're always kind of getting something regardless, which is important in an ETB, right? You only have a certain amount of packs to open. So you need something to keep the person interested in continuing to open it. It's got to be fun, right? So it's easy. That's an easier thing to do on a booster box, a lot harder to do on an ETB. And now we look at top value cards in the set. That Mew is spiking right now. It's up 80% in the last 30 days. And not only is it up 80%, the sell volume, as you can see here, is still holding pretty strong. So we saw that kind of uptick in October, the number of sales per day, and then a subsequent price increase here as we start to dry up on TCG players. Less than 100 listings on this card on TCG Player. And with the box marketplace price still being fairly low or close to MSRP, I would assume we're going to start seeing, now more people focus on opening product, right? Because, that card price, that individual singles price starts to, it makes sense to start to open given, this is selling for $170, just this one card. And it's not just this one card. There's more chases as we'll go into here. But again, less than 100 available on TCG Player. Average daily sold through its life cycle is 13 per day. That is fantastic for a card that is this pricey. And it's been pricey for a while, and that recent appreciation is fantastic, but it's always had some value to it. So it's really interesting to see. And the Charizard EX, another fantastic card. If you haven't seen these in person, absolutely gorgeous. Sell-through rate's not nearly as good as the Mew. So the focus, the top chase is absolutely the Mew here, but obviously the ability or lack thereof to pull this card from ETBs makes it really hard to find these and pull these. Surprisingly, very few of these available on TCG Player with under 70 listings total. So that could be a good pickup for a long-term hold. I do not have anything on this page here. I should have picked up a Mew. I think it's a great looking card, but I didn't. I did recently pick up one of the Charizards from Obsidian Flames, but I do want to circle back and pick this Dark Charizard up at some point here. Gardevoir EX has some really good gains in the last 30 days. More availability here on TCG Player for this one. This to me is not, from an artwork standpoint, not a huge chase for me, for sure. And on to the next three high value cards. Pikachu doing fantastic. This one's held pretty, that price has been holding pretty solid. You can see that price range really isn't massive over its life cycle here. I actually pulled this on release day for Paldean Fates and sold it on TCG Player like a moron. I should have held on to it. It's a gorgeous looking card. Those baby shinies, I don't know if you've seen them in person. If not, they look fantastic. A lot easier to hit in a box, obviously. So again, that just keeps whoever's cracking the box, it just kind of keeps it going. You're always getting something out of a box, which I think is super important on a set that you can't buy booster boxes for. So Iono is a fantastic card in person. Beautiful art. Hollow really does it pretty good favors here. It's looking fantastic. Price is holding strong, and you get Charmander over here. Sell-through rate's not as good as some of the other cards, some of the other higher value cards, but it's holding its own. And my three top favorites from the set are the Mew, the Pikachu, and the Charizard. Again, I don't have any of these. I'm going to circle back and pick up another Pikachu. And I might have missed the boat on pricing for the other two. So let's talk about some overall things that we discussed here and some things to keep in mind. So currently with a marketplace price on TCG Player of about $50, this is still a pretty affordable box. We don't see a lot available on TCG Player. The market's kind of realizing, hey, this is a really good specialty set. It's great to open. And I think it's great to squirrel away for a long time here because it's great to put in the closet because there's some fantastic cards in there. Beautiful, clean artworks. There's something for everyone. Those baby shinies are great. It's lovely to crack. And it's, from a box standpoint, still very approachable. So you can still find these. I was actually checking today on TikTok. You can get these for about $40 shipped on TikTok. And we've seen these come back into stock specifically at Walmart. So I've been picking them up when they're about 40 or under pretty consistently from Walmart and from Target, especially during Target Circle Week deals. But I think we're going to start seeing that box uptick more again with those singles prices going up. We're going to see that, people are going to start cracking the product more, right? So I think this is still a good time to start picking things up. I would not chase the price on these. If we start getting the ETBs closer to 60 per box, you might want to hold off for a potential reprint. Obviously, we have no idea whether a reprint's coming or not, but given the product is still not a year old, secondary market's starting to dry up, I would say there's a decent likelihood that we'll see a reprint on this. What could stop a reprint on this would be a focus from the Pokemon Company on some other products that we're expecting in Q2, Q3 of this upcoming year, right? They own their own printing company, but they're still limited by the amount of cards they can print per day. So with some sets like Prismatic Evolutions, there's some other sets like a Surging Sparks or Twilight Masquerade that may need a reprint down the road. We have a Team Rocket set coming up. Are they going to come back and focus on spending that bandwidth on an ETB product? We don't know, but I don't know that I would wait for a reprint to try to pick product up when we can easily pick product up between 40 and 50, which is about that MSRP range. So I think it's a great time to buy. I think the singles really support that product long term. That's something I always look into. I don't want to just look at the box in terms of a sealed investment. I'm a sealed investor, right? I'm an evil sealed investor. I like to look at what is supporting that especially at the start, right? When we're kind of under that 3-year mark in terms of age on a product, the singles still matter as it relates to the box price. Like what could potentially be in there. So with this set, fantastic singles in there, great to open. You're going to have nostalgia surrounding this product many, many, many years down the road. So I think this is a great pickup. So quick recap here on Paldean Fates. Just wanted to go back in time a little bit and get a quick update. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we will see you on